Does it? Oh yeah, flops are straight. Nice. Ace 8, wow, we fold the ace 8, let's see. Um, Not a fan of folding ace 8. I would, I think I should have raised and called this guy side of this guy shoved and thought about whether to call him or not and then fold to this guy. Despite this guy being the most likely to have a weak hand when he reshoves. And again he calls for 10 jack again, just must like that hand. And he gets there but gets reshoved. Which I guess is justice because he's terrible. Uh, Ace 5 limps under the gun, which is ridiculous. Obviously just a standard shove with his 6 big blinds or whatever he has. We flop the second nut flush draw, we turn the nut flush, and we just try and value town now. And I don't know, I'm just thankful this guy made some retarded plays, and we take his stack. Jack 6 we just shove into these guys, pretty standard, trying to pick up the blinds. I'm shoving like close to any 2 there, not quite any 2. And yeah, this is the final table, so that must have been the final 2 tables. And we pretty much just crush the table now. We get aces second hand, try and get some action by raising pretty small, doesn't happen. Get kings the next, well not the next one, the 2 hands later. And we don't get any action again, which is quite annoying. Then we get sixes 2 hands later, and we shove. I mean we are pretty much giant chip leader. Let's see, we are first with 5 million. This guy here is second. Oh no, no, that's 495,000. This guy's second with 3.7 million, and pretty much everybody else has less than 10 big blinds. This guy's 11, 11 and a half ish, and everybody else has less than 10. So we can just bully the table with our 25 big blinds, and there's 500k in the middle, so we're not really folding ace 9 from any position really. We're just open shoving a lot. And after this guy folds in every hand, we're obviously shoving pretty wide, because he's the only one who can damage us really. This guy can damage us a bit as well, but he only has 15 big blinds, less than 15 now. King 6, we weren't calling a shove, obviously. Calling so much different to shoving. 8-4 off, we're just shoving on this guy. He's third in, no, second now. Third? He's third in chips, okay, sorry. We can definitely just put the pressure on him because, well, we just raise, okay. Yeah, to be fair, I don't mind a raise fold, it's a bit weird, but he's never really shoving, even if he suspects we're raising light, he's never really shoving too wide when the stack's like, 1 million and stuff around him. So he's obviously just going to try and conserve his chips and try and get as high a pay as possible. So, and he folds. Now we just open shove here, basically. These guys were playing so nitty at the final table, except on this hand, which was such a weird hand. Remember, this is the guy that called us off with 10 jack before, and he just must be a massive retard. Okay, so this guy shoves his, 3 big blinds under the gun, 3.5 big blinds under the gun, with ace 10, standard. We reship our ace king, which is standard, and this guy calls off with king 8 when he is third in chips. He actually tank called. I have no idea why he called. Like, there's no reason for it at all, but he does, and this is huge. We just fade every out, which is brilliant. And now we are 10 million strong. We have more than all the rest of the players put together, and from here it's just a bulldoze. This is quite close. Oh no, it's not really. He shoves 3.5 big blinds, and we have 7-10 suited, so it's a pretty easy call, getting 2.1 to 1. The blinds in this tournament, the ante in this tournament was pretty high as well, which makes it even easier. And we flop the flush draw and bink the 7 on the river, which was nice. And I think this guy was berating me, saying, "Oh, Fitzy plays good and stuff, whatever." Obviously doesn't understand shoving ranges and stack sizes and stuff. This guy's second right now. You'll see him blind down to like 1 big blind, and then yeah. This is the first hand we take a hit on. He shoves 3.5 big blinds. We can't fold an ace, and we don't get there. And we have ace queen. Nobody calls. Obviously, we want to call there. We get a walk, which is ridiculous. Yeah, this guy's on like three big blinds now. So yeah, we just shove the 4-2 off, and this guy's just been folding so much that it's fine. And then we run into a hand finally, and get a small amount of chips taken off us. Enough to dent us a bit, but we're not in too bad shape. We're still decent, pretty big chip leader. That being said, even though we are shoving really light and stuff, we are probably just folding the 2-5 offsuit, because it has like no equity against anything, and 9's win against ace 4. And we're just, betting 6 million, which puts everybody all in. Made me feel good. There's an ace 4. Yeah, this guy shoves his 1.5 big blinds, and this guy tank calls because he's only got like three big blinds himself, not including his big blind in. But he does make the call eventually, and he doesn't get there, which is unfortunate. Because obviously, we are huge tip leader, but we do want to move up the pay jumps. First place was 2.5 grand, second was 1900, third was about 1500, and fourth was about 900, if I can remember correctly. We just min raise this time. We're gonna fold to this guy. That must be the reason. Otherwise, we would just shove. Because this guy's in a comfortable second, so he's never really gonna shove light on us. So yeah, that'll work just as often. And obviously, we have to call this guy shove. And I expected him to shove anyway because he had like 2 big blinds, but apparently not. And the queen 2, obviously queen 2 has to make the call and gets there. Now this awful player's back in it. This is quite questionable. He has 2.4 million, so he has 6 big blinds. And as you can see, as you saw, he'd been blinding down really a lot, waiting for a hand. So that being said, I'm not sure whether I like my call with Queen Jack here. I do make the call for 2.5 million. But against this guy in particular, I'm not sure it's a good call. It's not terrible because obviously it's 6 big blinds, and he Queen Jack plays well against a lot of hands, but not King Jack. So that's relatively questionable, but it's it's never awful. And we don't get there, which is annoying. And now we're still big chip leader, but not by a huge amount. We just put him all in with the Queen 5 off, standard. I mean, when the blinds are this high and the stacks are this short, against an 8 big blind stack with 750k in the middle, and he has 2.7 million or whatever, you can just shove almost everything. I decided to give a walk. Well, I decided to fold my button because this guy has now got a pretty decent stack that could quite easily hit us, and it looks like he just goes walk. And then he shoves, and we obviously can't call with the 6-8 off, and we fold the 4-2 off. Questionable. I mean, obviously it's not terrible. I mean, he hadn't called much at all. I guess I'm more likely to shove in this spot if Silent Voix was in the big blind with his 500k, because he's never going to call us light really. But this guy has less to lose because he's in last place, so I guess that was my thinking, and I didn't really want to just lose a third of my stack for no reason. So 4-2 off, I guess, is an okay fold there. Ace King on the other hand is not. I thought I limped there, but I raised to 5 mil and gapped 2 folds. This situation, pretty not really close. I mean, the button shoves and I have a pair, and he could have ace 2, he could have pocket 2s, he could have ace 3, I guess. Most of the time I'm expecting a flip, and I think getting 1.5 to 1 in this situation's, yeah, I think it's a fine call. Let's see how he had less than 7 big blinds, so yeah, I don't see myself folding there. And obviously he has the pocket 8s, and we bank, which is nice. And now we have a a 3-1 chip lead heads up, which is decent, and we're just shoving and he's just folding, and he finally makes a call with King Jack, and he binks, which was pretty frustrating because now he's back in it by a decent stretch. I mean, we have less than a 2-1 chip lead now, or approximately a 2-1 chip lead. We're still the favourite by far, obviously, and we have 5-2, so we're going to fold to him a couple of times, I guess. Although I'm pretty sure just open shoving everything's fine here, but now that the blinds were slightly deeper stacked and he has 12 big blinds, I'm going to fold stuff like 5-2, 4-2, because it's just not quite as profitable when there's more at risk for less reward. That being said, Ace-9 is obviously going to be a shove over his min raise. I expected the call, but he doesn't, he folds. And Jack-Queen obviously shoving, and he makes the call again, and we don't get there, so pretty much two huge 60-40s for the win, and we lose both, which is very unfortunate, especially after like running pretty good the whole tournament. I'd expect to have taken this down by now, and now we're pretty even stacked. He has an okay chip lead on me. I followed the 6-2, and we were begging for him to shove when we had Ace Queen. We fold 5-4. That's a questionable fold. It's not terrible, but I think he's going to fold to even a min raise a lot, but I think a shove's fine. We need to keep the pressure on now that he has a bigger stack than us. Need to make sure he knows we can't just run over him. That being said, we can't do much with Jack-7 once he raises. Jack-6, we decide to make a shove because we have to pick up chips, and we've blinded down over 1 million since before. So, and then our final hand is he min raises, and obviously we're not folding Ace-8, especially when he min raise folded before. But even if he open shoved, we would have called, and we brick every street, which is pretty unfortunate because we obviously ran over the whole tournament and ran over the final table, and he got lucky a couple of times at the final table. I don't think I showed the hands, but he definitely 3-outed someone, and yeah, could have been all different if he'd went out earlier. But that's the way it goes sometimes. We cashed for $1,900, and that's pretty good considering we only bought him for $2, nearly 1,000 times our buy-in. Obviously we would have liked the 2.5 grand, but wasn't meant to be this time. Thanks for watching the hand history review. I think I played pretty well, and yep, goodbye.